at dinner when Kramer went to...
Always the same bullshit.
Welcome to What's Happening on Earth. In today's episode, we take a look at a fascinating new concept the humans are exploring: deep-sea mining. After tracking the human race for a while, we have come to learn that over the past 200 years, the humans have performed various actions resulting in increased global temperatures, extreme weather events, and rising sea levels on planet Earth. The humans have only recently discovered these effects themselves and refer to the problem as the climate crisis. Despite this, in what seems like a suicide attempt, they are now trying to stir up the seafloor as well by excavating minerals from it. This is quite interesting, as it seems to be the only area on Earth that remains untouched by the humans.
Sick bastards.
After learning about the situation, we dispatched our top experts to investigate the reasons behind humanity's baffling behavior. After following the human species for a while, we have come to learn that humanity as a race is not suicidal. Therefore, we concluded that there had to be a reason behind this obscure behavior. After evaluating it in more detail, the main explanation seems to be rather paradoxical. They argue that they need to mine the deep sea in order to secure enough minerals to achieve what they refer to as the green shift. The green shift is described as the global shift towards sustainability and environmentally friendly practices, stopping the climate crisis, as we understand it. This means that humans will need to use less fossil fuel and more electrical products to slow down the climate change, leading to a significant increase in the demand for specific minerals. And these minerals can be found on the seafloor. It seems to be a strong and valid argument, but we see a logical fallacy to this. The fact that they have close to zero knowledge related to the consequences of stirring up the seabed tends to blur the argument out, as such actions do not appear to be the most environmentally friendly practices, which is what they strive to achieve. At least that's what they're saying. Digging further, it seems to be a matter of humanity's self-made term, politics. If you didn't watch the previous episode about human politics, here's a quick recap. Throughout their existence, the humans have developed a complex political system divided by countries and such, which have resulted in a remarkable imbalance of resources and power. This imbalance is also reflected in the ownership of the minerals that are crucial for the green shift. Many of Earth's countries are worried that a country that goes by the name of China has too much power over some of these minerals, specifically the so-called rare earth elements. These are minerals that are key components in various clean energy technologies crucial for the green shift. It is estimated that China produces 60% of the rare earth elements, as well as processing nearly 90%, which has given them some kind of monopoly. Therefore, various countries argue that they should mine the deep sea in order to neutralize this imbalance of resources. During our research, our experts also noted that these rare earth elements are used for military weapons, which are highly advantageous items in what the humans refer to as war. We suspect that this might be an even stronger driver for mining the deep sea, as the humans seem to be more fond of war than of the green shift. Our experts still didn't feel like they had figured out the real reason. After taking a step back and evaluating the situation from a broader perspective, they realized that there is one common denominator for all parties that are voting for mining the deep sea: monetary gain. The humans have developed a peculiar concept called money, which effectively is what distributes the power between the humans. And it appears that there is a lot of money to be made from mining the deep sea. Consequently, we argue this to be the main reason for their behavior. However, there are opposing parties to these forces. There are humans who are afraid of potential effects related to such actions. Humans who have similar perspectives as we did when we first encountered the concept. To better understand the specific consequences, our experts took a more granular look at the proposed mining processes. There are mainly 3 types of the seabed which contains the minerals in question, each requiring their own mining technique. The 3 types have been named seafloor massive sulfides, polymetallic nodules, and cobalt crusts. What they all have in common is that each mining technique will, in some way, affect the respective ecological environment. It is feared that the mining processes will potentially eliminate unique and fragile ecosystems. These are ecosystems the humans know nothing about. In general, it is really a fear of not knowing enough about potential negative impacts. So who are these opposing forces? Well, firstly, these are the humans who don't economically benefit directly from mining the deep sea. Additionally, It seems to be humans that genuinely care about the future of their existence. This group consists of various figures, entities, and countries. Some humans have formed different organizations with the aim of saving their planet. Additionally, there are prominent figures with integrity and respect trying to convince other humans that their planet is suffering. Also, a group of younger people with similar beliefs has formed over recent years. However, this group of humans are performing actions that our experts are struggling to understand. Finally, there are the so-called people in the streets. These are the people who usually have no clue, nor any say, about deep-sea mining. But it seems that the few people who knows about it are against it. Although all these groups' initiatives seem promising, they haven't had too much impact on the world's behavior, other than changing this item from plastic to paper within one continent, as well as setting a lot of goals for 2050. We believe that this is mainly due to the fact that such groups don't possess a lot of money. However, our experts have also identified another group of humans that are against mining of the deep sea. This group also used the argument of potential negative environmental impacts, but we believe that their actual rationale is something else. This group consists of the companies and countries mining minerals on land, so-called terrestrial mining. This group of humans have been exploiting both other humans and the nature in order to obtain minerals for their selling. We suspect that in reality, these humans don't want deep-sea mining to be an industry as it poses a threat to their own business, ultimately affecting their monetary gain negatively. So you might wonder by now, how far have the humans gone with their deep-sea mining ideas? Well, they haven't started mining yet. The prospect of deep-sea mining was already presented in the 1960s, but received criticism already then. What stopped the development at the time was mainly falling metal prices and missing technology. However, the discussions during this period led to the formation of an organization called the International Seabed Authority in 1994, with the purpose of controlling the development of deep-sea mining, as well as protecting the ecosystem of the sea. However, this entity only seeks to control the regulations for the so-called international water. As we know, humans have a strong need to concretize concepts in order to grasp them. Hence, they have defined various sea regions. The so-called territorial sea of a country stretches 12 nautical miles from land. After this comes what they call the exclusive economic zone, which stretches an additional 200 nautical miles and represents a national area where the owning country can perform various industry activities, such as oil drilling and deep-sea mining. Then the remaining of the sea is international water, which they ended up calling the area. This is the region that is governed by the ISA. However, our experts haven't managed to find out exactly what the ISA has done since its inception, other than granting 31 exploration licenses around the world. Hence, it is yet to be established firm regulations for commercial mining. The ISA has been under considerable pressure recently to finalize these regulations. This push is primarily driven by the strong desire of companies and countries to begin mining in an area known as the Clarion-Clipperton Zone. This area holds polymetallic nodules and is estimated to contain more nickel and cobalt than the Earth's terrestrial mining combined. However, not only was the ISA formed to protect the marine environment, it also sought to protect the so-called developing countries, which seems to be countries with less money than most countries. That is, it was created so the financial profit should be divided between countries if mining were to start. Therefore, there are reserved areas for the developing countries so they also can access deep-sea mineral resources. But if there's one thing humans like more than rules and materialized concepts, it is loopholes. By partnering up with a developing country, other countries and companies can get access to the reserved areas. And this is exactly what a company called the Metals Company from Canada is doing. By using a subsidiary company, they are partnering with a developing country called Nauru in order to get additional access to the Clarion-Clipperton Zone. It seems to be a win-win for both the Metals Company and Nauru, but we suspect that it was not how the ISA intended the rule to be used. As this is all going on in the international waters, another country has gained a lot of controversy recently. That is a country called Norway, which operates within their own waters, namely their exclusive economic zone. This country has recently opened an area on their continental shelf for mineral activities. The press statement stated that opening areas does not mean that exploitation can begin. Before any exploitation can begin, the ministry must approve an exploitation plan prepared by the licensees. However, surely a strong push in the direction of deep-sea mining. While countries and companies are pushing to start mining, there's another group of humans called scientists that are racing to find out everything they can about potential environmental impacts. And it appears they are making new discoveries nearly every day. Just recently, a potential groundbreaking discovery was made as they came to learn that oxygen, which humans and animals are highly dependent on, might be generated through electrolysis within these polymetallic nodules. Before this, they assumed that the so-called photosynthesis was the only source of oxygen. The discovery is believed to have far-reaching implications that could help unravel the origins of their life. Although the scientific paper has received a lot of criticism already, it could still be viewed as a warning sign for companies seeking to mine the deep sea. But we're not sure if they really care. So as you may have understood by now, there's a lot of questions that remains unanswered. Could deep-sea mining be performed with limited environmental impacts? Will money prevail once more and hasten the process, possibly resulting in substantial threats to humankind? Do they even need the minerals from the deep sea to secure their future mineral demand? We don't know, and I'm pretty sure nobody down there does either.
Kriegers, I'm glad it's not my problem.